The Kisumu International Airport will be closed today for runway expansion by the Kenya Airports Authority.
Now, during the renovation period, Kenya Airways will not operate its Embraer E-190 planes due to the shortened runway.
KQ flights to Kisumu will be operated by Jumbo Jet's Q400 aircraft between March and Wednesday next week. The airport has in the recent past had to deal with a breakdown of runway lights and poor drainage during heavy rains. Let's now cross over to Kisumu to speak to Laura Achieng Otieno. Good morning, Laura. What more can you tell us about the closure of that runway?
Well, thank you very much, Sam. And it is not about the closure of the runway, but rather the closure of the airport today. No aircraft to be taking off or landing here at the Kisumu International Airport because of the repair of the airfield ground lighting cables. That is basically the lights that run along the runway. Now, what we understand is that those lights have been malfunctioning. Of course, there was some uproar sometime towards the end of February where planes were forced to detour back to Nairobi. Others could not land because of the malfunction of the lights on that runway. So we understand that the airport will remain closed today, but then the repair works take 10 days. But today there will be no operations whatsoever going on at this particular airport. But from tomorrow the runway will be open to smaller aircrafts, and we understand that Kenya Airways will not be operating any of their planes at this particular station until that operation is complete, because they require a longer distance of the runway to be operating. Now, the Kisumu International Airport, in as much as it is an international airport at the blueprint and of course by name, it is yet to be receiving or taking or having planes of international status taking off from this particular airport because of the short runway. There are plans to expand the runway to about 2.4 kilometers, which will be able to accommodate Quad D aircraft and Boeing 7.7 or equivalent planes. That basically means larger planes will be able to take off from this place when the expansion of the entire runway is complete. Now, we understand from KAA that the expansion tendering process is still ongoing, and they expect to start works by sometime around June this year to sort of revamp or rather upgrade the airport to accommodate international flights. So from today, we have tried going into the airport. There are no passengers as at now, because we understand the airport, in as much as from tomorrow, that is, it will be operating between 6:45 and 7 p.m. only. That because usually it used to operate until up to 10 p.m. in the night, but for now it will only be operating between 6:45 and 7 a.m. or between 6:45 a.m. and 7 p.m. in the night. That is because the strip that is under maintenance right now will only accommodate smaller aircrafts that will be required to land when it's not too dark, so that it can avoid malfunctions. But then we understand that the controversial expansion of the Kisumu Airport, the tendering process is underway. So of course it is a wait and see game to see who will be awarded that tender and whether there'll be the revamping of the drainage and sewerage systems, because apart from the malfunction of the runway lights, there have also been concerns about the flooding around the lounge area, where there were some videos doing rounds on social media where passengers were sharing videos of a flooded lounge. So of course it will be interesting to see whether the current maintenance will also be involving the repair of the sewage system, to see that water that clogs the pipes and causes flooding at the lounge will be able to be expunged rather. So of course that is what we are waiting to see here. We have not been granted access into the airport to see the exact distance of the strip that is under repair, but from general knowledge is that an airport of such caliber, as at now as it is operating, as I said, it's international on blueprint, but not only accommodating local flights. It has a 1.8 minimum length of runway. So we are not sure what length of the strip is under maintenance right now, but of course we are waiting for official information from KAA to get those details, Sam.
Okay, a very interesting discussion there, or the report there, Laura. But before you go, you said that KQ aircrafts will not be landing at the airport. Instead, you'll be using Jumbo Jet. So how does that affect the number of people that can be moved from Nairobi to Kisumu, Kisumu to Nairobi? And then what are the options for passengers who may have wanted to travel today?
Well, Sam, according to the circular released by Kenya Airways, they indicated that all their passengers will be using the jumbo jet flight, and they indicated that they will be rebooking those flights for them within 48 hours for those whose travels were disrupted today. And also they indicated that those who are not comfortable with the rescheduling or rather the rebooking of flights will be given their money in return. So as of today, it is not clear really how the passengers who planned to fly to other places, including Nairobi and Mombasa, will be operating today. But as from tomorrow, the other aircrafts, especially jumbo jet and the other smaller aircrafts from other airlines, will be able to take off from this particular airport. So in terms of passenger numbers, we don't have that data quite yet as at now, but it is something we can follow up on to see how many have been inconvenienced by the repair works going on at the airport and how many opted for the rebooked flights by Kenya Airways, which will not be able to operate at this place until after 10 days when the repair is complete for the airfield ground lighting cables.